We have made it to 100th episodes. Eric looks so pleased that we made it. Actually, it looks like somebody stuck a stick up his ass. But we are here. Welcome to the Czo Thoughts 100th episode. We have quite a bit to discuss today. We're going to start with, of course, since Sam has been gone for 2 weeks, we're going to let Sam go ahead and get her little vacation, wonderful vacation, good, bad, or indifferent, out of the way. So, Sam, what happened? Seemed like you had quite a little adventure.
I had a huge adventure. Oh, I left as a single woman and came back as a single cat mom.
So, okay, tell them about your cat, your little backstory about it.
So last year when I went home during Christmas break, I helped my friend volunteer at an animal life rescue, and for shits and giggles, I was like, I'm just gonna put in my application. Who knows? And it was around Thanksgiving. No, it was a little afterwards. It was around, it was like right after Christmas. I got notified that I got accepted.
That's a big
And
difference.
like,
We talking Thanksgiving or fucking ham here? Come on.
So I was like, he has a valid point. It's either turkey or ham.
So I went in last Thursday and I was just talking to the lady and I was like, hey, I got accepted. My application got accepted. And she's like, okay. She's like, well, I'm the adoption counselor if you want to talk to me. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, do you want to see any of the dogs? I was like, let's go. So I played around with a couple of the dogs. My favorite, his name was Puppy Boy, and he was a German Shepherd puppy. And I was like, oh my God, but like being a first-time pet owner, a dog is a lot. It's a lot of work. So I was like, you know what? I'm feeling really overwhelmed. I don't want this dog. She was like, well, the cats are over there. And I started like looking at the cats, and Cerise was just, her name was Poppy, by the way. And she was just so calm. And I was like, let's go. I was like, I want to like just kind of play with her. And that was that. I went to the lady. I was like, I like her. I want to take her home. And my friend was like, you know what? You've been dying for a cat for the longest time. Bite the fucking bullet. Just do it. And I did. And here she is.
So how old is Cerise?
Cerise is 2 months old. Wow. She was born on, ready for it? Perfect date. May 4th. Star Wars Day.
Oh man, you just made every Star Wars fanatic probably go nuts.
That's like our cat's the next day. Our cat's birthday is Cinco de Mayo.
Aw, see? They can be buddies now.
I mean, she probably is. She inherited the DNA from our neighborhood. So,
I mean, if she speaks Spanish, that's hardcore. Or listens to commands.
She don't speak shit. She just sits here eating fucking cheat. But go ahead, Sam, because I can do it.
Go ahead, Sam.
So that's my kitty. That's my baby. But I definitely had a good time. I went and I saw David Wright retire his number at Citi Field. That made me cry because David Wright has been one of my all-time favorite players. So yeah, it was a moment.
I have to say I saw that ESPN or somebody had put up, they were retiring his number. And then I think maybe posted something when you were there. And I was like, I remember him playing. Like, it doesn't seem like that long ago that they're retiring his, like, I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, to me, when I think Mets, like, he's one of the guys that my brain goes to,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
he retired
that's so
in
crazy
2019.
that they're retiring his number and shit already.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it was emotional because like Mike Piazza is one of my favorites, and then David Wright, and I was just like, ugh, it's heart wrenching, but it was nice. I got to see Shinedown at Madison Square Garden. I saw them on Monday, and then Tuesday I went and I saw Ghost, and I seriously thought of you both because only in New York. I swear to God, only in New York. So the Ghost concert was supposed to be from 8 p.m. until 11 p.m., but it got done at like probably 10:15. And my friend was like, okay, we got out early, let's try to make the train. So we had to go from Madison Square Garden all the way to Grand Central. And I was like, we got like 20 fucking minutes to do this. So we're like speed walking, right? And as I'm walking down Broadway, it's like right before we hit Broadway, I hear this guy and he's like, oh my God, look at him. Is he really naked? And I was like, what? And I'm not sure enough. If you turn to the right, like if you look to the left, there's a naked man across the street. He's like walking, casually walking, butt ass naked.
I mean, kind of.
Why do we have video footage of this?
Yeah, like, do you have video to back this up?
Because here's where my dumbass, I'm speed walking, trying to make the train, right? I'm like, let's go. And I'm so distracted by this naked man that my brain is not functioning, and I tripped over a manhole. And I was totally, flying.
If I was just a pedestrian on the street walking on by, sorry, Sam, I don't know what I would have been more astonished by. The naked guy, you tripping over a manhole, or watching you and your short-ass legs try to fucking speed walk down Broadway.
I would have probably collectively took it all in together, but like, there's just a lot happening right now.
I'd have needed to put my fucking glasses on panoramic view. Like, Jesus Christ.
You'd have been caught up by the fact that, hey, that motherfucker's naked. And then at the same time, you see this little fucking woman walking, speed walking, and you're like, wait, hold on now. Then all of a sudden, be like, holy shit, she just tripped over that manhole. That dude is still fucking naked. And then her phone goes flying. I was like, at least she was trying to capture the shot. But man, can you imagine if she fell in that manhole and then the naked guy had to go in and get her? Like,
he just goes, I got something for you to grab.
No.
Wasn't a rope.
Right? Don't put lotion on this skin.
My brain was not processing shit, so I'm like looking real fast, and I don't even realize what happened, and my phone goes flying, and all I hear is my friend go, oh my God, Sam! And I turned to look, and all these cars are waiting because I'm obviously lying in the middle of the fucking street. Right?
At least they gave you the time of day to let you, like, get up.
Right? Not run me over.
Fuck no.
So I like grab my phone and I call my friend. I'm like, did you see him? Did you see the naked man? She's just looking at me. She's like, I need to know, are you okay? I was like, I'm fine. No spray eagle. I need to know, where's the naked man?
Did you see the fucking girl? Did you see the naked man? I'm fucking okay. Right? I'm fine. Did you see that naked motherfucker over there? I did. And by the way, there was no turtles on this manhole because one of them would have saved me, for God's sakes. You'd have thought there'd have been pizza or something.
Naked man ended up being Casey Jones.
What if he was just wearing some mask and it was just like crazy?
But like, he obviously saw me fall because when I turned and looked, he's standing there like this.
Oh, like with his
Superman pose.
That's what it is. He was probably just promoting Superman.
He just saw Superman.
He looked down, he was like,
he was inspired.
Yeah, that's it. He was like, just take a look at it and all its beauty.
A little cape flapping.
Like, I know you were looking.
Like, don't act like you're not impressed. You know, it's fine. I love this strut back where he's like, hello, look at this. That's his cock of the walk pose, pun intended.
That's like your homeboy. That was like your homeboy at the fucking pit game. That one, when we went to the pit game that one day and it was super hot and we went up to get, I got that giant thing of water. And homeboy was sitting there in the cutoff like that.
Yeah, and like with his short shorts.
Yeah. His shirt wasn't the only thing cut off.
Yeah, like he literally had cut off sleeves and he had like short shorts.
He was close to the border.
Yeah, very.
See, but at least he was covered. This man was not. Like his whole birthday suit, that was it.
And now I'm kind of wondering, like Naked Man's like backstory. Like, was he like running from the law, leaving from somebody's house, got robbed? There's so many, only in New York. Like there could have been so many stories.
He turned out to be that goddamn shooter in the building.
It probably was. He just dipped. He was on the run, went to New York. Then he saw Sam. And he's like, "Fuck! It's that little lady from the fountain." So he tries to take off. She's infatuated that there's some fucking naked man out here. She's not putting two and two together that it could possibly be like Mike from the fucking third floor. No, no, not at all. No. She's like, there's a fucking Johnson out here, and I almost tripped to say my name.
Here's
Like,
what I'm
no.
wondering. So at what point? So were you inspired to adopt a cat post the naked man, or was the cat pre naked man?
The cat was unfortunately post naked man.
I knew it.
I mean,
She was like, "Look at that hairy bush. I need a hairy cat."
right? Be like, you know what? That's quite a bush. You know what I think I need? A cat.
A
Once you
real,
got around the dogs, it got a little too familiar. She's like,
yeah.
"Oh,
She was like, "Yeah, got any female dogs? I've seen enough wangers today."
I've seen enough rockets, red or regular. Like I'm good. Like
Tried to
okay,
rescue me out of a manhole. He said he called it Lassie.
right? He's yelling down a manhole.
God damn it, Sam.
Come grab this lever.
Well, we learned. Don't send Sam back to New York by herself.
No,
Well, I
right?
have a good dad story to tell you because I was like, oh my god, wait till Paul hears this one.
Uh-oh.
So my best friend, I was helping her like organize, this. I think, this was like Sunday. It was the day before
Wait,
I
time
left.
out, time out. I got a time out. Paul, do you have a dad story to compete with her dad story? Can we go dad for dad here, and I'll rate the dad stories? I know you had to have talked to or seen your pops at least once this weekend.
because like I was gonna get into the podcast about like over the weekend stuff, but you go first.
Well, no, go ahead. We'll let her tell her story, and then when you tell your story during your part, and then I'll rate them post.
Okay.
Go ahead,
So
Samantha.
on Sunday, I was helping my best friend clean, and in the process, her dryer broke. Okay. So I had this whole, like, the washing machine had already did its rinse cycle, was ready to go. So I had called my mom and I was like, hey, I know I'm supposed to take you out to lunch later. Like, I still plan on doing it. I was like, but here's the story. And I told her. So my mom has me on speakerphone, right? So I hear my dad in the background and he was like, wait, what? What happened? I was like, Dad, the dryer broke. And he's like, so what are you asking for? He's like, do you need me to come over? I'll look at it. I'll fix it. I was like, Dad, I don't think you know how to fix this dryer. What do you mean I don't know how to fix the dryer? I just fixed the TV. What do you mean I don't know how to fix the dryer?
It sounds
Your
so
mom's in the
familiar.
back. Your mom's in the background going, he did not fix the TV.
And so I'm like, Dad, you don't need to come over. You don't need to come over to look. No. She's family. She's family. You've been best friends since you were 5. She's family. Let me come over. And so, like, my best friend was like, no, I don't need your dad over here. Like, like, don't come up. So I was like, well, how about this? Can I just borrow your dryer? Like, can I come over? Well, I take mom out to lunch. Can I, like, dry the clothes? And so my dad's like, yeah, that's fine. I'll dry the clothes for you. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. He goes, what? You don't think I don't know how to dry clothes? I know how to dry clothes, Sam. I know how to wash clothes. I know how to dry clothes, and I know how to fold clothes.
Mom's
like,
still in the background going, I don't know, you know.
Right? So I'm like, I'm not saying that you don't know how, Dad. I'm just saying, like, can I come over and borrow your dryer? He's like, just bring over the clothes. I'll rewash them, I'll dry them, and I'll fold them for you. And I'm just sitting there going, they don't need to be rewashed, Dad. We're good. So she was like, but I was like, all right, Mom, I'll be over shortly. I'll call you before I'm ready to leave. And so, like, my mom is about a half an hour from my best friend. So I call my mom, and again, I'm on speaker. And I was like, hey, Mom, I'm on my way over. And my dad's like, are you sure you don't want me to sit here and look at the dryer while you're out? I was like, Dad, I just need to dry the clothes. That's it. So 2 seconds later, my mom's screaming. She's like, why do you want to fix the dryer? You couldn't even fucking fix the TV.
See, that right there. See?
And my dad's like, what are you talking about? It's fixed. I fixed the TV, Joan. She's like, no, you didn't. You're still having a problem. You're still trying to figure it out. And he's sitting there and he's like, I'm telling you, I know what I'm doing. It's not that hard. He goes, I just need to I need to reset the remote. And my mom's like, Steve, you reset the remote 5 times now and the TV is still not working.
Well, maybe Steve believes that 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10 will make it work.
We'll do it. So he goes, whatever, Joan. I know what I'm doing. Do you not see that I'm fixing the TV? He's like, I know how to fix a dryer, though. So I was like, oh my God. I was like, Dad, no, you don't have to come over. I promise everything will be okay. Like, I'll be over there on 30.
Right.
So I arrive. My dad meets me outside. He goes, where's the hamper? I was like, what? He goes, where's the hamper? And I was like, I put it in a bag. Dad. Why didn't you put it in the hamper? Clothes go in the hamper. I'm like, oh my God. So I hand him
I
the
mean, you're
bag, right?
wrong.
He's not, but I mean, like, if you want to put it in a fucking bag, you put it in a fucking bag. Why is he doing the most?
Right? So he goes, go enjoy your lunch with your mom. Everything will be handled. I can handle this. And I'm like, okay, Dad, okay. So like, I give him the bag, right? And I go out to lunch with my mom. I take her out to Applebee's. I'm like, whatever. By the time I get back, the clothes are in a hamper next to the front door. So I'm like, where's the clothes? And my dad's like, he points. He goes, there. I was like, oh, they're in a hamper. He goes, yeah, where there should be. I was like, okay, well, thanks, Dad. He goes, what? You thought I couldn't do it, right? You thought I couldn't do it. He goes, I just proved you wrong. I told you I knew how to dry clothes.
I'd have turned right around and be like, so what's up with the TV? I legit would have did that shit. I'm like, so how's that TV coming? Yeah, I mean, like, more power to you, Pops. Yeah, you did your thing. First of all, put it in a fucking bag. I was fine. I was really okay. Now I gotta take this fucking hamper. But
Right?
hey, why ain't that TV working? Why ain't that? Did you switch out the batteries? I'd have just started drilling just into them, just
I,
piss them off a little bit more.
well, my mom said something as she's walking by him. She goes, oh, sure, you could do other people's laundry, but you can't do yours. It's just like, walked away.
I'm telling you, like, ugh. Nah, fuck it, I'll do mine. I'll do mine. So, um, so I was talking to Eric throughout the weekend. I had to put a new wheel bearing on my Jeep, and I was doing it sporadically during the week, and then Sunday I was like, I have all this time. I'm gonna just get into it. I'm done. Like, I can finish it. So I text him. Well, first, initially the night before, because we went up to Waldemere, and I'll get into that later. But we were coming home from Waldemere. I text him and I said, listen, what time are you coming out here? I'll be out there by like 7:30 a.m. And I was like, no, you're not. Like, no. Like, if we get home late, I want at least all of us to get some sleep. And then, like, I'll be out there probably by like 8:30 latest. Well, I'm gonna be out there at 7:30. Good on you, man. I'm still gonna be asleep. Like, all right, all the shit's in the fucking trunk, all the tools, whatever. But I was like, Dad, don't knock on my fucking door. Like, just don't knock on my door. I won't. I won't. All right. Ironically, that day, that Sunday, I woke up and I was up at 7:30. So I let everybody else sleep, went into the kitchen, grabbed like an Alani from the refrigerator, started texting my dad. And I was like, hey, I'm up. I'm going to go start the project. Nothing. And I was like, that's very unusual. Like, usually he gets right back to me. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to do him to him. I'm going to call him. So I called him and I hear, what? I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I was like, did I wake you? He's like, I'm still at this hotel. I said, wait, what hotel? He was like, oh, we had to go to that wedding yesterday. I was like, wait, that was in Uniontown. You were gonna get here by 7:30 and it's a wedding. I said, did you drink last night? He's like, you heard my fucking voice, can't you? Yeah, I can. I really can. Like, he was fucking hanging. It was crazy. And I was like, well, I'm gonna go start the wheel bearing. I'll be out there. I was like, no, you're not. Like, I know you're not. You're still at the hotel. It's fine. So I go ahead outside. I start, getting like the wheel bearing all off and whatnot fixed. He's calling me. He's calling me. And then to the point where I was like, Dad, I'm gonna put you on fucking speakerphone in a minute. And I'm gonna proceed with doing this fucking wheel bearing. Well, wait. I'm gonna get a hold of your brother. I was like, fat fucking chance. I was like,
Mhm.
I've been trying to get a hold of my brother for this project at least 6 times to come out here. Now that the project's finished, I will tell everybody he didn't come out here one time.
Mhm.
One. I did shit with him via phone, like on a phone call with him, no FaceTime, no shit like that. But so I tell my dad, so I tell my dad I'm not doing this. I'm like, I can't. I have to like focus on getting the shit done. He calls my brother, tells my brother to call me. My brother calls me and says, "Hey, dad said to call you." And I was like, "For what?" Like, for literally what? We just went through the entire plan together, me and my brother.
Mhm.
Like, I asked him 2 questions, and that's all I really needed him for. And then I called him back later just for like, do I need a torque wrench, anything, shit like that. In the process of this, my father is trying to interject and call both of us at the same time between me and then my brother Trevor. And then he's insisting on, Daddy texts us, will one of you fucking answer me? So I, of course, being the oldest, I call him back. I was like, what do you want? He's like, did you get that done? I can't get it done if you keep fucking calling me. So he's like, well, I'm just making sure everything goes on okay. I was like, you are still in Uniontown. It's almost 9:30. I got the fucking thing off. I just need a little bit of advice from Trevor. Fine. He hangs up on me like it's my fault. So I was like, okay. So, anywho, I get the part on, I reassemble everything, tighten it all up. I go take it for a test drive. So, as I take it for a test drive, mind you, I text him in the process and said, hey, Pop, it's done. I'm going to go test driving. He calls me on the goddamn test drive so he can hear it. What? Like, what? Why? Why do you need to, why? I said, I was like, hello? He's like, put me on speakerphone. I was like, you already are. Like, just try. I was like, I'm trying to drive it. I'm trying to listen to it. He's like, I don't hear nothing. I was like, do you want me to put you in the fucking wheel well? Like, I, I can't hear nothing. You can't hear nothing. You know what that means? That means I fucking fixed it. All right. So, like, I didn't go far. I went like down the hill by the Eaton Park out by my house, turned around, came up the hill because I wanted to take it up the hill by the Walmart by my house. This whole entire time, both of you, he's on the phone with me. Like, don't hang up. For what? Like, why are we on the phone call? Why the fuck are we on the phone call? So I finally pull up. I said, there's a little bit of squeaking and whatnot. Then that's because I didn't have any like lubrication for like the wheel bearing itself. He was like, oh, now you know what you got to do. You got to go get a front end alignment. I was like, I know how mechanics work. Like, I know I have to do this because I played with something that maneuvers
Mhm.
it. And he's like, yeah, just make sure you don't take it back to the same place. You don't want to get ripped off. It's common knowledge that I'm not going to take it to where I had it and sink all this money into. Like that's where like I believe our like our fathers are like the same. It's
Mhm.
common knowledge that like, hey, I don't need it in the fucking hamper. I brought it in the bag. But you want
Mhm.
to go and be like a dick about it and be like, here's it is. That's my dad. My dad will do the exact same thing. So the following day, I took it to get front end alignment. What's taking so long? I am here. Like I'm doing this. Why are you asking
Mhm.
me what's taking them so long? I don't know. They have 6 cars in front of me. They close by 6. They said it shouldn't take longer than 20 minutes to 40 minutes once they start the process. Okay, let me know what happens. What do you mean, let me know what happens? You know what's going to happen? They're going to align my car.
Mhm.
That's it. He does that to me all the time. Let me know what's going on. Let me know what's happening. If I already told you what is happening,
Mhm.
it's fucking happening. Like
Mhm.
that's it. So he does it all the time. So I got back and he was like, "Is this still squeaking?" I said, "Yes, because it still needs that lubrication on it, and I'm probably going to do my brakes on this coming Sunday." Oh, I'll be out. I was like, "For what? I know how to do brakes. I know how to do rotors. It's not a big thing." Where the fuck was everybody when I was doing the wheel bearing? They were in fucking Uniontown doing fucking weddings and whatever the fuck my brother does. Like I don't fucking know. I mean, he's doing the fucking cha cha. I don't know what he does. But I was like, I don't need nobody's help for brakes. I really don't. Like I pretty much got it. And he's like, well, I just don't want you getting fucked over. I could help you. I know how to do brakes. That's great. I know how to do brakes because you taught me how to do brakes. I don't need the extra incentive from you to like, hey, I'm going to come out there and do it. Meanwhile, he flipped it kind of just like in a way your dad did, where he tells me, he's like, but I got to do this deck and I got to finish up the pool. And I'm like, why are we rambling off a list of shit? And then
Right?
he goes, he's like, I still got to fix my steps. And he's like, I think they're fine. On the phone, my stepmom's like, they're not fine. So when you said that with your mom, I lost it because that's exactly how it was. They're not fine. But this whole time, I'm still in my Jeep
Mm-hmm.
trying to get the fuck out of my Jeep. That's what he does. So then if he says, I tell him, like, I love you, I'll call you later. Okay. So I come in the house, I'm getting my shit situated. He texts me and was like, well, maybe I'll be out Sunday and we could do something at the house. Like what? Like what are we doing? Like are we doing something here that I don't know about? Like
Mm-hmm.
there a project? I was like, I don't really have any projects left. Like we did the roof, like what do you know that I don't know?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, oh, I'll come in, maybe I'll build that island. You just gave me a list of shit you were doing.
Mm-hmm.
But he tries, I don't know if your dad's in particularly like that, but he tries to put like 15 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag.
Yeah.
Like he like really will overexert himself.
Mm-hmm.
So to the point where as soon as something happens, he blows up like a fucking
Mm-hmm.
gasket. And like Eric has known my dad for a long time. So as soon as the slightest thing goes wrong, fuck this. I'm done. I can't do it. I don't want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fucking leaving. Meanwhile, he stays, does all of
Mm-hmm.
it. But yeah, like that it wasn't as good as yours because like the TV's still broken.
Yeah.
But like I know this week for sure that list will get done from him, but it'll be half-assed.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. So
So it's
yeah.
like my dad wanted to take his goals out for dinner, right? So he was like, just randomly, he was like, dinner on Wednesday. And I was like, okay, great. What time? Where? Well, I don't know. Uh, okay, but I need to know, like, so that I don't plan anything. Like, I have friends that want to meet up. What are we doing Wednesday? I need to know. Oh, I'll figure it out.
I got a date with the
Can you
naked
let me
man. Like
know? What?
I
You
said, you
got
had
a
a
date
date
with the
with
naked man?
you had a date with the naked man.
Right? And then all of a sudden, my dad's like, okay, Friday at 7. I'm like, okay, great. Where are we having dinner? I don't know. Dad, okay, whatever. So then I go and I see him Thursday, right? I stop by on Thursday. And my dad's like lying on the couch and he's like, dinner tomorrow, 7. I'm like, great, where?
We're
He's like,
making progress though.
right? So my dad's like, I don't know. You want Italian? I don't fucking care. You choose.
Right.
So then he's like, Italian or American? I'm like, Dad, at this point, I wouldn't care if you took me to McDonald's. I just need to know where you're taking me.
I just need to know what the fucking plan is.
Right? So he goes, you good with American? Dad, I'm good with whatever. Okay, we'll go American. So Friday comes, I meet him, right? I'm ready to go before he is. 7 o'clock rolls around. He's still not ready. By the time we leave, it's now 7:30. So I'm like, where are we going? He's like, you said American, right? I'm like, yeah. So I'm thinking American is like Applebee's, Chili, somewhere casual, right?
Yeah,
No, this man takes me to a fucking fancy ass restaurant that is only steak and lobster. How the fuck is that American?
I mean,
Sounds
that
American
looks
to me.
fucking American to me.
A little surf and turf.
A little surf and
What?
turf, especially the
What?
steak.
Yeah.
A little caviar.
He
Yeah.
was like, order whatever you want. I was like, are you serious? He's like, I haven't taken you guys out for your birthday in years. I'm making up for it.
I was like, Dad, damn, you balling. We could have just got a whole bunch of shit at McDonald's.
Meanwhile,
Right?
mom's in the background going, "You need to save your money for a new fucking TV that you never fixed."
That's a goddamn fact, bro. You know her mom in the back going, I mean, this is great. You're doing this for the girls, Steve, but you need a fucking television because guess what, Steve? It ain't fucking working.
And I need a new hamper because you gave Sam ours.
While we're at it, you got to get a fucking hamper because you gave Samantha a fucking hamper. When she brought it in the bag, she was content. That's like, that's so bad. That's so badly my dad and my stepmom. Like, it really is. Because he'll say something and she'll be like, "What did you though?" And I'm like, "Did he though?" Like, he's like, "I don't fucking know." Like, he'll sit there and like say something and like, "Well, I'm just out here fucking fixing this fucking lawnmower." And I'm like, "But did you? Like, did you? Or did you get so frustrated or you get Paul Senior that you go buy a new one and you're like, oh, look, I fixed it. Dad, that's brand new in a different fucking color. Like, did you paint it? Like, no, no.
Well,
Leave it
that's like,
alone.
well, let's see, like you did that to me. Like you said over the weekend, we were texting back and forth a little bit, and you sent me a picture of the car, and you're like, I think it was you were like done or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, or I got it,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, good, glad you fixed it. I just fucking went and said, fucking turned mine in. Like I ain't even fixing it.
Yeah.
I pulled your dad. I was like, fuck it, I ain't fixing it. I'm just gonna go get a new one.
Yeah, because he was having car trouble. Then the motherfucker turns around and gets him a new fucking car. And I'm over here going, I'm dealing with this piece of fucking shit outside, bleeding me fucking dry. I can't get a fucking hand out from a hole in a fucking wall, even if I fucking was sitting there looking for a glory. Like, no, I turn around, this motherfucker, I was like, this motherfucker. I was like, God damn. So Eric's
Yeah,
going with me when I go to trade in my fucking car.
Mhm.
dude, you're like, I think I have 4 people I got to go with now. After everybody heard the story of this car, so uh, I don't know situation. um, everybody was like, all right, I need a new car, and you're coming with me. My fucking sister called me from Missouri, and she was like, all right, can I put you on? Can we FaceTime when I go to the dealership? And I was like, I don't care.
Yeah,
Like,
because like I mean, how you flipped it, that's awesome, And I'm like, bro, but I just took mine and tried to do the same thing, and they were like, no. And I'm like, hold on. Next time I come back, I'm bringing the homie with me. Like, we ain't leaving without a fucking car.
listen, I pulled out my true Yinzer, like, here's how it was like my true Yinzer, like flea market debate skills. Like, you know, I, so, so that was my big thing over the weekend. Yes, I had, if you want to call it car trouble, like, so I think I might have mentioned it in the last episode, like, the weekend of Jane's graduation party, I took mine in to get inspected. And I asked the dealership, I said, while you have it up in the air, and obviously you got to take the tires off to check the brakes and shit for inspection, can you rotate the tires? Because they're new and I haven't had them rotated yet. They're like, yeah, that's fine. We'll take care of it for you. And I said, okay, thank you. Well, they did all that, and then they didn't balance them. So when I was driving down the road, going out to North Park and shit, we were running errands all weekend for the party. My whole fucking steering wheel was shaking. Like you could see the watch shaking off my wrist once you hit like 50 miles an hour because they didn't bound like. And I understand like that's extra maintenance, and you had to charge me, but you didn't even tell me. Like you didn't even bring it to my attention. Like, hey, we recommend you get your wheels balanced or this or that. Like it was just they just okay, rotate them and leave them. So I ended up getting the tires rotated, not by the dealership. I ended up going somewhere else and getting them rotated real quick. And I guess when I had it in for the inspection and shit at the dealership, they must have saw all my like I don't know what you want to call it, like the stats on the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's still somewhat new, like it's a 22, so I mean it's only 3 years old, and I only have 30,000 miles on it, and it's in like great shape, like because I take care of my cars. So they must have said something to the salespeople, and the sales rep called me over the weekend, and they were like, "Hey, we um we want to know if you're interested in trading your car in. They're like, we'll give you more than what it's worth. And I was like I'm good. Like I don't have no intentions of turning my vehicle in. Like I only got 2 years left to pay it off, and then I'm good. Like I have no intentions of turning it in. So I ended up talking to Don, and I was like, you know what? Out of curiosity, let's just go see what they have to say.
Doesn't
So we
hurt.
went down. We went down to the dealership, and I walk in, get a sales rep going, and we test drove. Well, first thing they did was they appraised my car, and they were like, all right, we think it's worth like $19,000. And I'm like, okay. They were like, we looked into your finance and you still owe 15, so we'll pay it off for you, and then whatever. And I'm like, and then we'll get you in a new car. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm still interested. Like, I'm not sure. Well, how about we test drive some stuff? And I'm like, in my head it goes, all right, let's have some fun. Let's test drive some brand new fucking vehicles.
I mean, fuck it, you're there, bro.
Mhm.
So we test drove Brandy's car, same exact fucking color, just that. Well, I don't know what year hers is. This one was obviously
24.
a 25. This was a 25. We test drove. We messed around with the new Blazers, and then we test drove the new Equinox. And I got in that Equinox. That was the last car we messed with, and I was like, we got back to the dealership. I looked at Dawn after the guy went back in before us, and I was like, I actually kind of like this fucking thing. Like, it's smooth. It's so comfortable. Like, the seats are like sitting in like a fucking lazy boy. I'm like, I like this. And she was like, but do we need a new car? And I was like, no, we don't. I was like, but let's keep playing the game. Let's see what they have to say. So I told the guy, I was like interested in the Equinox. He was like, oh, sweet. Yeah. All right. Yeah, sweet. Now, mind you, when they called me first and when I got there, I've told multiple people I am in no interest to trade my car in. And if I do show interest, I'm fucking broke. I have no money to put down a down payment on on a new car. I was like,
Right.
I am trying to put a kid through college in a month. I was like, I have nothing. So the guy goes, all right, let me go run some numbers. He comes back. He does the typical slide the fucking paper over the desk. And I'm like, what are we looking at? He goes, well, there's 2 down payment amounts, and then there's the down payments, and then it's like broken down into 3 payment options. I said, I told you, I don't have money for a down payment. You're expecting me to put 1,000 down in one category and 3,000 down on another category. I don't have it. Well, I mean, what do you got? What do you got savings? What do you got savings? We'll work with you. And I'm like, 0. I have nothing. Like,
Didn't you
what part?
just fucking hear me when I said nothing?
Yeah, I'm like,
Nothing.
I have nothing. And he goes, oh, okay. Like, you could see like, he just wanted to, like, cry, like, fuck, I just lost the sale. So I said, listen. I said, my turn to deal. And he goes, okay. And I said, remember, you guys called me. I did not call you.
Mhm.
Right.
I did
I'm
not
like, I
walk
don't
in.
need to be here.
I was like, yeah, I didn't walk in saying, hey, I'm here. I need a brand new car, or, hook me up. Like, no, you called me. You want my business. You want my vehicle. So on the last column of the printout was the details, like how much the Equinox was worth, a couple discounts they were willing to give us, the minus the trade-in value and all that stuff, and then their taxes and fees. And I said, all right. I said, I like everything that I see. I said, but here's how we're going to do this. I said, you're offering me, like I said, it was like 18,000. It was 18 and some change. I was like, you're telling me that it's 15 to pay off my old car. Yeah. I said, all right. So you're going to take 15 out of the 18, pay off the old car. We're done. It's yours. I have no with it anymore. I said, then you're going to take that leaves $3,000. I said, you're going to take 1,000 and you're going to put it down as my down payment on the new car, and then that leaves $2,000 that you can take off the sticker price. Wait, what? And I'm like, okay, let's run through this one more fucking time. I said it again. He goes, I don't think I'm catching you. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. I said, okay, here's how this is going to work, buddy. I said, $15,000 for the old car. $18,000 is what you're willing to give me. Pay it off. That leaves $3,000. I said, I'm going to take 1,000 of that $3,000 and I'm going to put it in my pocket. Let's right here out of thin air. Ta-da, right in my pocket. That leaves $2,000 for you to take off the
That
Equinox.
motherfucker said ta-da.
And he goes, okay. I said, so now you want a down payment? Yeah. I said, hey, guess what's coming back out of my pocket? That $1,000 that you gave me magically. Here's your
Ta-da.
down payment. And he goes, oh, I get you now. He goes, that means we're going to have to rework some numbers. And I said, I fucking said that. I said, do what you got to do to make that happen. So he goes, I got to go talk to the sales guy or the manager. And I said, I bet you do. I said, is it Carlos? He goes, yeah. And I'm like, I know Carlos. He'll do it. Oh, okay. So he goes. 10 minutes later, he comes back. All right, does any of this work for you? Again, the mysterious $1,000. It was the down payment. And then they gave me 3 payment, monthly payment options, and I was like, yeah, those work. He goes, all right. So how about the middle plan? You want to do the middle plan? And I said, no. I said I want the third option. He goes, oh. I said, yeah. You guys mysteriously, it's like when you go to McDonald's and they're automatically like large, you know what I mean? Like they automatically want the upside.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. I was like, I want the third option. He goes, well, a lot of people don't take that option. And I said, so I'm not a lot of people. I was like, that option is the exact same payment plan that I just had on that Trailblazer that you just took off of me. I said,
Right.
so I'm okay with that payment plan. He was like, okay. I said, so what? You told me circle a plan and sign? He goes, yep. I said, circle, dotted line, here you go. He goes, all right. Like, okay. So he was like, we just got to get somebody to finance you. And I said, go back to GM Financial. That's who I've dealt with. This will be the third car through them. They'll approve me. Okay. Now that process took a little bit longer because now it's 8:30 at fucking night.
It's always a process.
So they finally get that part approved. He comes back. He was like, we're good. The finance guy's printing out paperwork for you guys to sign, and I'm gonna have the attendant go wash and fill up the car and get you all set up to go. And I was like, that's what I thought. The whole time they're figuring out the finance, I'm just sitting there laughing my ass off. Donna keeps going, what is wrong? What is wrong? And I'm like, nothing. We just bought a brand new fucking car that is twice the size of what we need.
Yep.
She was like, what are you talking about? I was like, we are downgrading our family. What did we just tell this kid? We're moving our child into college in a month. There's only going to be 2 people in the house, and I just bought a fucking car that fits almost 6 people in it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, and the fact that, like, I mean, I'm confident when I go into those things just because I worked in sales, I worked in retail, you know what I mean? Like, I know the game. So it was like, I was confident in what I was saying to this guy. Donna's sitting next to me. I mean, she knows too that I'll deal, you know what I mean? Like, I'll play the game. But even she's sitting there going, I can't believe they just let you do that. And I was like, so I, in the long run, traded in my Trailblazer, which again was only 3 years old, had 2 years left on it, got it paid off, no carryover to the new loan, walked out with a 25 Equinox that has a mid package, so I got a good bit of bells and whistles on it. No money down out of my pocket, and I'm paying almost $25 less a month on the new car than I am the old car.
Yeah.
And
that, kiddos, is why you should take Eric to the fucking car dealer with you.
And my insurance only went up $5.
You know what? You better take it back. That insurance
like,
went up $5.
Well, hey, but then I had to call and get my OnStar switched to the new car. Like I had to get it taken off the old car and put on the new car. And because I don't know something with this car and the deal or something like that, she was like, "Well, you were paying $15 a month for the OnStar service." I said, "Yeah." She was like, "We're just going to give it to you for free." And I was like, "For how long?" I was like, "What's what's the trial period?" She goes, "No, for 8 years, which would be like the length of the car." And I'm like, oh, all right. So I also save $15 a month. I don't have to pay for OnStar, but still get it.
I mean, everything kind of checks out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was not, like I said, it was not planned. And I think that's another reason I just kept laughing was because it was like, this was not this is not what we planned on doing over the weekend.
Mhm.
We went to my cousin's, her daughter's first birthday party, hung out with some family, took Jane to the mall, bought a new car. Like
I mean,
and I
I
say
mean,
bought a new car, but I really didn't buy a new car. Oh, and I don't have my first payment until the end of September, almost October.
now is the remainder of your money covering those payments?
What do you mean?
Well, remember you said it was $1,000, and then you had $3,000 from them.
Yeah,
Right?
so 1,000 came off for the down payment. That left $2,000. That $2,000 they took off the sticker price.
Okay.
So no, it's just that because I just made a payment on the old car, and then by the time like it's just like there's like a limbo period where the car isn't like this finance hasn't been finalized yet through the
Yeah.
dealership, so I don't have to pay on it. So I basically got a free car for the next month or so.
Hey,
Nice.
hey, congrats on a free car for a month.
Right.
So and now listen, this one. Every fucking car we took a test drive or we sat in, and then especially this one because like I said, this was the biggest one of all three. Everyone we sat and we got in, and I kept saying, "Why the fuck are we buying a bigger vehicle? Like, why are we looking?" Donna keeps going, "Well, because then me and Brandy can hang out in the back seat." It's like, what the fuck?
I mean, she ain't
That's all
wrong.
she kept saying. She kept saying, "Yeah, me and Brandy got plenty of room to hang out back here." And I'm like, "We just fucking hanging out in the car?" Like,
Like, I didn't know we were just fucking riding y'all around so you can just hang out in the back seat.
yeah.
Yeah, what?
I'm like, okay, like that's all. She did not mention the kid or anything. She was like,
No,
no, we got enough
it's
room
fine,
for
Brandy. It's
her and
fine.
Brandon.
It's
Like
fine,
Donna's
girl.
a big person, like they take up room. I was
Yeah,
like,
like
what
they
the
take
fuck?
up room. Yeah, oh my God.
You can interject there.
That's great.
So I was like, okay, but yeah. So that was my fun adventures. I didn't hang out with my dad, so
No, no, well, you can hang out with my dad.
I would love. I love hanging out with your dad, just
We'll
because
just
it's
have you
your
hang
dad and
out with
not
Paul
mine.
and Steve at the same time. It's
I'll do
fine.
it.
It's fine. Then you can just capture the moments. You know, maybe drop your phone. Maybe you might run over a fucking manhole cover. You never know. I don't fucking know. I don't know.
I want to take those two car wheeling and dealing. I want to see how that one
Oh,
turns out.
dude, you end up fucking paying high interest rates. High interest rates. You'll need like 14 grand as a deposit.
Your dad's gonna
The
be.
poor salesman will probably pull on his hair out. Like, so we're like,
Oh,
what
your
type of
dad
miles we getting on here?
senior's gonna be out in the service area going, "You guys need any help? I can change brakes."
Right? It'd be like, hey, you know what? My kid can do that wheel bearing.
Sam, your dad's gonna be in a waiting room going, "You guys should probably get some new TVs out here. I can fix them for you if you need."
Be like, you know what? See that one right there? Looks like the bulb's going a little bit. Is this an LED? Is this one of them QLEDs? I can't mess with the Q one. I can't fuck with it. Hey, Paul, you know anything about the QLEDs?
It
He'll be like,
seriously would though, because like, okay, when we left the Mets game, like we took the train into Grand Central, and then of course we took the subway. We took the 7 train into to City Field, and the whole time my dad was just like, okay, so my dad's having complications with his diabetes. Like he struggles walking, he struggles standing, so like he has to sit, when he's on the subway. And he's just being obnoxious and he's trying to stand and he's all over the place. And I was like, Dad, sit. And so he finally sits, right? And the whole time, like, people around him are just like, are you okay? Like, do you need to sit? He's like, oh, I'm good. He tries to stand up to give a lady a seat. And she was just like, no, 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 you sit. You're good. You're good. Like, we got this, right? So we get off the train, the 7 train, and I kid you the fuck not, guys. It's an easy pathway. It's a wooden bridge. It's like a wooden pathway. And you've got signs all over that says to baseball field. My dad's sitting there, he's walking around, right? And he's like, where do we go, guys? Where do we go? And I was like, Dad, straight ahead. You just got to keep walking, keep going. So we walk all the way down to the bottom, right? There are 2 police officers. And my dad's like, do you know where we're going? I was like, Dad, just keep walking. Just keep walking. You can't miss it. He walks over to the police officer. He goes, excuse me, kind sir. He's like, how do we get to the ball field from here?
That is a Paul Senior fucking move and a half. He's going to the cops. Hands fucking down. I don't even care if he knows where he's going. He's going to go to the cops every fucking time.
Just to reassure he knows where he's going.
Yeah.
Didn't matter that there were fucking signs all over the place that say 2 baseball field. You can't fucking miss it.
No.
I love how your dad walks up and says, excuse me, kind sir.
But then on the way back, there are signs that literally say, like, to the subway, right? And when we get to the subway, they have a sign over here that says to Manhattan, and then the other one says to trains 5 and 6. We're not going to Long Island, Dad. We don't need to go take that. We don't need to take the Long Island Expressway or the railroad, or, we don't need to take 5 or 6. We need to go to Manhattan. That's where we need to go, this way, right? So we finally get there. He's following me, and we're waiting for the train, but the electric sign is down, so it doesn't say how many minutes the train, how long the subway is going to be. Right. So my dad starts panicking. He's like, are we on the right one, Sam? Are we taking us to the right one? I was like, Dad, we're going on train 7. This will take us to Grand Central. I promise you. Well, I don't know. I don't know. The sign's down. The sign isn't saying anything. He walks over to the person in the vest. He wasn't a police officer, but he worked there. And he's like, are we going to Grand Central today? What time is the train coming in? And the guy goes, yes, sir, you're going to Grand Central. The train should be coming in 2 minutes. And my dad's like, 2 minutes? That was 2 minutes ago. We should have been here by now.
I think our dads need to meet, because that is so my dad. Like, so my dad.
I was like, you know what I could have done in 2 minutes? I could have folded laundry and put it in a hamper.
You know what? In 2 minutes, I could have got them brakes off. I could have seen with that TV. It'd have been more fucked up, but at least we worked on it. You know what I'm saying?
I could see her dad folding the laundry like them speed pizza box builders.
Yeah, right.
He's like, all right, ready? You guys gonna time me. You go ready? He's looking over. You go ready? It's stopwatch.
The stopwatch going, Sam.
Go! And he just starts folding clothes.
And he's no looking, talking it after it's folded. Just making
and Sam's like,
in the hamper.
Who's challenging him? What race is that? Like,
your poor mother's just sitting there going, what are you doing?
He's like, done. What time? Minute 45, Dad. That's a new personal best. That's a new personal best
right there. You know what I mean? Wait till I see Samantha. I'll tell her, I'm not done in minute 45. Oh, don't think I don't know how to fold fucking laundry. Put in a fucking hamper.
Would have taken longer if I'd had to put them back in that fucking bag.
But yeah, I had to push them in there, and then I had to maybe retie it. Oh, God. She double knotted that shit. Who the fuck double knots?
And then your dad would have been like, "Hey, we might need that. We know I need that plastic bag for the bearings. We could put that down under there like a mat, so nothing leaks on the ground." Your dad would have been trying to find a way to recycle the fucking bag.
Yeah, be careful. That one shirt's a little wet still. You don't want to keep it on the rest of the clothes. Put on the very bottom. Very bottom. Yeah, that was, oh my God, that would so be my fucking dad. Oh my God. We can use that, right? He did that with the roof. Like, he did it with the roof. So, and then it rubbed off on me because I was doing this shit too. Because I was like, I looked at Brandy because I had she had me a Stanley cup for me when I'm outside. And I got a little bit of tar on it, from my thumbprint. And she was like, just throw that thing away. And I was like, no. I was like, you can still use this. And then I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. I was like, oh my fuck. Oh shit. But then I'm literally thinking to myself, because Stanley cups are expensive. So I was like, my mind's thinking, we can salvage this cup. But then my dad is still over there folding rags from the fucking roof, going, these are still good. I'm gonna put them in the shed. Dude, they have tar all over them. They have tar. We
can wash them out.
You never know. I mean, I do be knowing. I know that I'm gonna throw them in the trash when you fucking leave. Like, I'm gonna throw them the fuck away.
Now he's gonna come over and help you with them brakes on fucking Sunday. He's gonna be like, "Hey, where them rags at?
Where
We
them
need them."
rags?
And you're gonna be
I
like,
got
"Oh
fucking brake
fuck!"
dust on my hands. You got where them rags at? I threw them away. Jesus Christ! What the fuck?
Now I
Why
gotta
can't
go
you
up and
do
buy
that?
new rags. Like that, we
Right?
got paper towels. We ain't wasting good paper towels.
Uh-huh.
Like you better not. You got any? You got any old clothes back there? We could whip them up. We can make them. We
No, my
work
dad
it
did the
out.
same thing. Cause like on the way home, I told my dad, I was like, I'm gonna go to Dollar General and I'm gonna buy a towel to put in the carrier so that in case the race has an accident, it's on the towel. And he goes, oh no, it's okay. I'm sure we got some extra towels. And he comes out with this like green towel that's like a rag, right? And I was like, oh, thanks, Dad. And he looks at me and he goes, just make sure you bring it back in September when you come back. And I'm like, you want this back? Like well, yeah, because if she pees on it or whatnot, just make sure to wash it.
Shut
We can use that as
the
rags.
fuck up. Shut up. Shut all the fucking way up. Because that, swear to God, was my dad when he dropped off all like the sockets and shit like that. So he dropped them all off and he dropped a box of latex gloves off, right? And then he goes, there's only a couple in there, but I'll need the box. For fucking what? For what? What? Are you serious right now? Or we can put more in them. It's called get another box.
But
Like,
see, here's the thing. It's rubbing off because Sam, you said that you asked your mom and your dad, obviously, because you were on speakerphone, if you could borrow their dryer to dry your clothes. How the fuck are you borrowing the dryer? Are you taking it
That's true.
and then returning it when you're done? Like, no, it's can I just use the dryer to dry my clothes? And I'm like, I'll let her go. But now that you're messing with your dad, I'm like, I can't let her go because that's not fair
I
that
mean,
she's
no,
picking on her
that is
dad when
true.
she did almost the same fucking thing.
I know.
That is
Like,
true.
Dad, I'll
I
bring
didn't
that dryer
understand.
back in September. Don't worry about it. Like, you know what?
That
I
don't
could
make
I'm
no
probably put
sense.
listening
the
to my
cat
dad,
in
and
the
I'm just
dryer.
going like, my dad
The
always
dryer is going
scratches
to be
his
the cat
head.
carrier.
She'll come back with the dryer and the towel that Sharice had. It's like, there you go.
I'll dry it in the dryer on the way up.
Right? No, take the dryer back, then dry it there. That way it's like, I just figured do it on location. There you go.
Or just take
My
the
dad
towel
gets in the
back and
back
be
of
like,
my
oh,
car with some
fuck, I
bungee
forgot.
cords.
I knew I forgot something. I forgot the dryer, but here's your towel.
Dude, I was gonna say, if the thing was, if she would have took the dryer and left the fucking towel, he would have blown a gasket. He'd have been like, "Hey, where the fuck's the towel?
No. If
Like,
she
good
would
to
have
see
left,
you too. Where the fuck's the towel?"
no, if she would have forgot the towel at their house when she left to go home, and he would have been like, hey, stop wherever you are. I'll meet you halfway and I'll give you the towel. You need the towel.
He'd have been blown the fuck up. Oh my god.
No, my dad, he'd be like, I'm overnighting it to you.
Swear, I could see it. I could fucking see it. Cause
And then
I
Senior would have been like, hey, I got a box you can use if you need to
right.
ship it.
It can wait. It can fit a towel in it. Fuck, I know it can fit a towel in it. You know what? See, and my kid wanted me to throw it away. Really? Well, that's like same thing. When I told him that I was gonna go do the wheel bearing project, he's like, "All right, well, give me a list of what you need." So I sent him the list and whatnot. He's like, "All right, well, when are you coming to get it?" And I was like, "Well, my plan was I was gonna go the day of Jane's graduation party. When I was going in to pick up Xander, I was gonna stop real quick, grab the shit, and go shoot back out to the party. But while I was with Eric, we just went and picked up Xander. But that that was before all this. That morning,
Dude,
that morning,
we drove past your dad's house. I was like, oh, we should stop and pick up your dad. And you were like, no, you didn't even say anything about needing to pick up shit at your dad's. We definitely would
no,
have stopped.
because what happened was what transpired that morning. So I got up, I got Jane's gifts together, and I came like I just that's my usual just go into the kitchen, like either start the Keurig for Brandy or get Xander's breakfast if he's here. Just get going, starting the day. And I hear the fucking floor jack grinding against the fucking concrete outside.
Oh yeah, you told me he
And I
showed
was
up.
like, what the fuck is that? Then I looked at my watch and I was like, it is 7:36. I was like, who the fuck is it's my fucking dad. I bet you it's my fucking dad. So I swear to God, I opened the fucking door and he's fucking dragging. He's like, hey, morning. I was like, yeah, good morning. What the fuck are you doing here? And my stepmom, Joanne's with him, and she's like, he just had to drop these off. I was like, I said I was coming to pick this up. Well, we were coming out here to the Walmart anyway, so we decided we were going to drop all this shit off. I said, so wait, hold on, run that back. So you were just going to leave the sockets and everything, and then when I come out to go leave to go to Jane's party, they were just going to be like, boom, right here. He's like, that was the plan until you opened the fucking door, dickhead. Okay, but then he's so anal about like, don't let anybody get the shit, don't let anybody grab anything. But he was going to literally leave a $2,000 socket set just chilling out
Hmm.
front, and I never would have known. So we like we're leaving to go start the day. So as I'm like taking everything off him, he's like, "Oh yeah, just make sure I get these back." And I'm like, "What am I gonna keep him hostage? Like, you know what? If you want this 32 millimeter socket, you gotta take Xander for a weekend. Like, what the what? Like, no.
You you share all these stories, Paul, and like so when I was up with my mom and my dad, I was taking the dog for a walk, and so they're doing construction in my parents' like the park that they live in, right? So my parents downsized a couple of years ago, and they went from this like it was a 4-bedroom house, and they bought a cute little trailer, right? Because it's just the two of them. So they have their bedroom, and then they have a guest room.
Okay.
And so I mean it's cute. Like it's a really nice trailer and it's in this nice little park, right? And it's cute, it's quiet, like the neighbors are all great. So what the landlord is doing is he tore down this auto body shop that was just sitting there. Like he bought it, he tore it down and he's expanding. So he plans on putting 4 new trailers in there. So I just happened to have seen him when I was walking the dog and I started talking to him and I'm like, hey, and he's like, oh, you're Jonas Eve's kid. I was like, yeah. So I'm asking him what he's doing. He's like, oh, this is what I'm doing. I was like, oh, cool. When do you plan on putting the trailers in? He's like, oh, in like another 2 years. And I was like, oh, okay. He's like, I have to do all the construction first before the trailers can go in. Not a problem.
Right.
Okay. So I'm talking to him about like the buying options, everything else. Like, it's all reasonable. I was like, oh, okay, so like 2 years. That sounds about right. Like, maybe I'll buy one. So I strike up this conversation with my dad later in the day, and I was like, hey, I might buy a new trailer after Mike puts them in. And he's like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah, why not? And my sister's with me at the time, and she looks at me and she goes, Are you okay? And I was like, what do you mean? She goes, you really okay living three houses down from them? You're really okay? And and I was like, I think I'll be okay with it. And my sister goes, no. And I was like,
Whoa!
The pussy had to be in the way, man. It's like there's pussy here
what are
now.
you guys
Like,
talking about?
The
So
cat's
yeah,
like,
so I
we're
was
moving.
like,
I just got here.
yeah, right. The cat's like, fuck. No, grab that towel, ma. Take the towel back.
We're going back up to Pap Steve's.
Grab the towel in the dryer.
so I was like, no, I would be okay living 3 houses down from. And Jessica was like, you do realize that dad will show up at any fucking time he wants. And my dad's like, what? Love doesn't know how to tell time.
The
That
fuck
right
it
there would have
doesn't.
said, I'm out. I'm out.
The fuck it doesn't. Let me tell you that right now. Because it's so bad. Like the one time he like walked in and I was like, the fuck? And he's like, oh, I know you'd be here. I said, cool. Was my car outside? He goes, yeah. I was like, all right. He's like, well, I didn't know if you was in Brandy's. I was like, Dad, it's a Thursday. Like, what the? No. And this is when before I had the car problems. I said, you keep this shit up. I'm taking your key. Like, I'm not fucking. I was like, I'm just literally chilling. He's like, well, I brought over some leftovers that Joanne brought. Tell me you're on your way. He mine doesn't. He'll just pop right in, and I'm like, dude, I don't do pop ins. I don't like pop ins. Like,
Unless it's me.
right? Like, I mean, most majority of my pop ins are my pops. That's who they
I
are.
bet they are.
They are. And then he always thinks something is happening. Weirdo. Like,
That's why I do it now. Just and like even like again, if I'm going over his house, there's a reason, and he knows I'm coming. And even and you know he knows it here at my place. I know that like you kind of give a little knock and you walk in. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm coming in. You give a little knock just as a fair warning, but you know you're just welcome. Walk in.
yeah,
So
right.
because of what he told me his dad does when he walks in, I now do it to him. I walk in and I'm like, don't be doing anything I don't want to see.
Dude, I think every time. Every time. And I'm like, are you like I've said it before on multiple podcasts, like, are you expecting to see something? Like, I'm fucking 42, dude. I mean, like,
Or your dad,
yeah.
or the famous one you told me his way of like saying it like code word, the hibbity dibbity.
Yeah, right. Don't be in there doing the hibbity dibbity. I'm like, dude, I'm literally chilling here watching television. Like,
We
chill.
came in that one time for we came over for wrestling and I did it and Brandy was like, I thought his fucking dad was walking in the door the way you said that shit and I was like,
Word. Because like I don't know. God bless him, man. Like for real. Like I don't know why he's so perverted. Like what would he be trying to catch his son in the act? Like, bro, like what am I like fucking 20 again? Like seriously.
I would love. Have you ever asked like your sister? You know, obviously you know which one. Like does like what does he say when he walks into Darren's house? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like that's a good point. That's a good point. I'll have to ask Darian and be like, when
Like I
dad walks in
guarantee
your house,
he's probably I bet you he don't even walk in her house. I bet you he knocks and waits for her to answer.
I have no doubt in my fucking mind that he knocks
And
before
then
she.
he'll give you the well, she's a girl. I just ain't gonna walk in. You know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
and then I'll be like, but you know, you could just walk in my house. What if some shit is happening for once, Dad? I'm like, hold on, Dad. Wait outside. By the way, your socket's over here by my asshole. Like, like, God damn. He God bless him though. I mean, like, same. I'm sure with like your dad, Sam, same way. I mean, God love him, but damn, sometimes you're just like, really, really, like the shit that comes out of their mouths, their mannerisms.
Mhm.
I'm like, man. And now, like, I noticed that, like, I'll say shit to myself and I'll, oh my, him. Like, I am
Uh-oh.
him. No,
Yeah.
it's my watch. It was doing something. It was trying
There's
to
been
get
a
me
few
out of it.
times where I mean, especially me, you know, growing up with you and like you said, knowing your dad as well as I do, there's been a few times where we've been out, like the four of us or whatever, and I'll look at Brandy and I'll be like, oh shit. And she'll be like, what? I was like, that's his dad. And she goes, I thought it was just me. Like, you know what I mean? Like once you're around you two enough, like you do start to catch on, like, yeah, that's his fucking dad right there.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
fuck, I feel sorry for Xander. Like,
Yeah.
because
Because he like,
now he's got to deal with you and his fucking grandfather.
right. And then, like, he'll bleed off into me. And then I'll say something and I'll be like, I see the, like, both of my parents have a short fuse. And then, like, something, like, it was crazy. I was doing the wheel bearing and next thing you know, I'm tightening an air. This is how I knew I was him. I'm sitting there tightening an aircraft nut, and I'm fucking using the other wrench, and I'm like tightening it like back and forth, and I'm screaming to the top of my lungs. It's fucking 10 o'clock in the morning outside. I literally was like, "Come on, you motherfucking pig!" And then I was like, "Oh my god, I'm him." I was like, I am
Mhm.
so fucking him. And then I was like, okay, I need to calm the fuck down for a minute. I was like, because that's not who the fuck I am at all. And then like my hand moved and like scraped the wheel bearing. And like that's why I have like these scars all on me now.
Yeah.
And I almost fucking just threw something. And I was like, yeah, you need to get him the fuck out of here. Like, this is you doing it, not your dad. I'd have fucking flipped the car because I was so irate. But he does bleed off into me. I mean, it is like hereditary. Like he's
That's
in
what's
me.
like for me, like it. it's not weird, but like you two, like I kind of made a joke and comment about it, but like I don't know my dad. You know what I mean? Like I don't have the experiences that you guys do. It's fine, whatever. I don't. It doesn't bother me. But it's like I start to wonder sometimes, like, what is my old man like now? And am I like him in any way? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Just like
Donna met him briefly, and her first take of it all was, "Yeah, you definitely didn't get your hair from your dad." And I was like, "Well, fucking thanks," because I'm bald and my dad still got these flowing fucking locks of hair, and I'm like, "Yeah, didn't get that from dad's side." You know what I mean? But she was like, "But your dad is very like timid and quiet. Like he seemed very like." Now, granted, it was a weird situation, so I
yeah, naturally.
I can't say that, but like, yeah, it's just like I don't know if I'm. I did relate to. I was watching McAfee today because they were here in Pittsburgh. It's a training camp,
Yeah.
and he had Pittsburgh dad on. Did you see? I don't know if you caught
I
any of that.
did. I did.
I kept sitting here going, "Yeah, I'm definitely like that motherfucker. Yeah, I say some shit. My fucking Yinzer accent comes out all thick sometimes. Like,
What's funny is like we like now like because we're mixing it all together, so it's cool. But like doing this for like as long as we have now, and seeing how Sam's accent comes out, and then I'll see how ours comes out slightly. I try to dial mine back, obviously for the purpose of the show. But then like when I get on a tandem,
yeah,
and I will fucking let it spill out. Like I will just be like, Yin's motherfucker. Like it's and then like
I don't like. I feel like as I'm getting older, mine's getting thicker and not worse, but you know what I mean, like
thicker.
more predominant. Like, and I and nothing like I and I tell people this because I have had like some people at work and I don't know some other like friends or family or whatever say something to me about it. Like, wow, like yeah, you can tell you're from Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah, and I think for me and for you too, like I was born and we were born and raised in downtown Pittsburgh. Like we were born
Yeah.
in Lawrence, we're raised in Lawrenceville in the Strip District. Like that's Yinzer Central. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we were literally around it 24/7. So it was like that's all we know. You know what I mean? Like Sam, like her New York acts like that's what she knows. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, she dials it back and it's a little different. Like yes, it's thick right now because she just got home, but in an episode or two, she'll be back to normal where it'll be a little bit of both.
Where it slowly comes out when she starts going. Like
Yeah, and then like because that was like I had a coworker say something to me. She was like, it was one of our doctors, and she goes, "Hey," she goes, I kind of overheard you talking to that family on the phone," and I said, "Yeah, okay." Like I'm thinking like I'm in trouble or something, and she goes, "You have a very professional speaking voice when you're on the phone, like very nice and calm and mellow. You know what I mean? Like you really have a really good tone with these families when you're talking to them." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." She goes, "But it's so different when you're just not on the phone talking to other like coworkers or whatever." She was like, "It's like night and day." And I'm like, "Yeah, like I try to do watch when I'm at work, but then again, I am talking to people in the city of Pittsburgh. So if they don't get it, then oh well, too bad." Like
right.
I do try to be professional at work, but yeah, I've noticed it. Like again, like I said, I was watching McAfee today and they had him on, and I was like, yeah, it's to the point, and I like like even like typing messages to like my coworkers on like Teams or sending an email. The one day I was typing out a message and I was sending it to the group, the front desk group, and I literally typed "Hey Yins," like, and I'm like, that is not fucking business professional
Like
at
that's not
all.
professional.
I'm like, yep, delete. Let's start over. Hello, front desk friends. Like I just reworded it. I was like, fuck, I need like a Pittsburgh thesaurus, like just to take my Yinzer words that I say or type and make them a little different. Like
You're going to
I'm
say
just
out, but yet you're spelling it AHT, and it's like fuck. Nope.
yeah.
That nah. I'm all right. I'm good.
I spelled Don with a D-A-H-N. I was like, motherfucker.
Your shit's bleeding off into typing.
It is. That's why I'm
It's
saying
bad.
it's getting bad. Like I don't even know if like even when I'm sending text messages to you or whoever, like I'm like did I really just send it that way? And I'm like, because like I don't catch it until after I hit send, and I'm like, son of a. I was like, this is why these fuckers started putting edit options on text and like,
Yeah.
social. And but
But
then I'm just
like
like, you know what? Fuck it. That is what
that's
it
it.
is.
But
Like,
then like if you send something like if it was to come to me that way, I'd be
yeah, you'll just read it normal. And
all
again,
right, he
my
wants to know if we're
coworkers,
gonna go downtown, check out something real quick.
my
He wants to know if
coworkers
we're gonna
aren't
go
gonna
out.
care. Like again, like I'm sending it to the people at the front desk. Now, if I was sending it to a doctor or like an executive or something, I definitely am like, huh, re-edit that.
Yeah.
But when it's just the coworkers, sometimes because that's how I sent a message to somebody else, and I was like, hey, is the newborn clinic for the day upstairs or downstairs? And when I said downstairs, it was like downstairs, and I was like, fuck. And I was like, you know what? I'm not even editing it. I'm just sending it the way it is. And I said something to her later, like I saw her face to face, and I was like, hey, sorry, I kind of slanged up my message to you earlier. And she goes, what are you talking about? And I was like, when I said downstairs, she goes, oh no. She was like, she was like, I didn't give a shit. She was like, I just, like you said, she was like, I just read it and answered your question. And I was like, okay, thanks. I just didn't want you to think like I was just,
Yeah. But
but
that's fucking
yeah,
great.
yeah, I don't, yeah, but like I was saying though, like I don't know if I'm like my pops at all. I, it is what it is, but I just know that I have turned into the typical Pittsburgh
Pittsburgh
dad.
Dad.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Like it was it was I watched it today and I was like I was shocked that he was on there, but I was like shocked in a good way. Like, man, that's fucking awesome. And then watching him interact with like the boys and Pat, and of course he asked him, he's like, "Hey, you got some Giant Eagle water there?" I was fucking crying. I was like, all
no,
right,
he
very
said
good."
Giant Eagles. He said at the
He
end
said
there.
it with an S.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was like Giant Eagles. So when Pat and them announced that they were coming to training camp like a week ago, excuse me, it was like he announced it on the show. I watched the episode, but then later when I was scrolling through Twitter, he had like a post about it, like, "Hey, come visit us. We're going to be at training camp. Da da da. This is the layout of the time and everything." I immediately responded to it and I tagged Pittsburgh Dad in it, and I was like, "Hey, this needs to happen while they're like, you need to be on his show while he's there." And then Pittsburgh Dad replied to me and he was like, let's go. He was like, I feel the exact same way. And I was like, did I just make something happen? And then I saw him on today and I was like, did I do that? Did I make a connection here? And I mean, I know that like Pat has talked about him before on the show. So like, I know he knows who, you know what I mean? It wasn't like like Pat's been away long enough and doesn't know who Pittsburgh Dad is. But like, I was
plus
like,
Aaron Rodgers is a huge fan of Pittsburgh Dad.
yeah, which is crazy. Like
Yeah,
it was just because they asked him that, and he was like, "Yeah, that's cool." Like
yeah, right. I like how he looked at AJ Hawk. He's like, "We have him now, Hawk. Okay,
yeah,
we have him now."
he was like, "I hate all things Ohio. As far as I'm concerned, they could they could be abominated."
Right. And then Pat's like, "So you're okay with West Virginia?" He's like, "No, I'm all right with West Virginia. You know, I'm all right."
Yeah, he was like, because what he goes, that's one thing that West Virginia Mountaineers and Pittsburgh Panthers have in common. They're all Steeler fans.
That's pretty much it. But
He was
yeah,
like, as
like
long as you're a Steeler fan, you're okay in my book. And then he said he looked at AJ like, like,
yeah,
well,
dude.
and
Yeah, it
Pat
makes
threw
sense.
AJ under the bus whenever he was announced. Like whenever he announces the crew at the beginning of the show, he was like, and he was like, and lifelong Bengals fan AJ Hawk, and the crowd was like, "Fuck you!"
Right.
Like I was like,
Well,
"Oh, that was rude." Like
I love how
he
they
spent
said
most of his
something.
career playing for the Packers, and then you throw him under the bus for like the 2 or so seasons that he played for the
For the
Bengals.
Bengals. Yeah. I like how Pittsburgh Dad was like, "Is there a fucking Browns fan here?" He's like, "You better get him the fuck out of here."
No, yeah,
They were
dude. How
like,
about Omar?
I doubt there's a Browns fan here. Like,
They
fuck
had
off.
Omar Khan on the GM for the Steelers, and they asked about bringing the deal of getting Aaron to come here and everything, and he goes, "Yeah, well, he kind of owes us a Super Bowl, that one time."
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh shit!" Like they are really holding him to like,
They really are.
yeah.
Like, I don't know. To me, I was like, that was a great Super Bowl. I was fucking so drunk for
I
the
know.
Super
I
Bowl.
remember that Super. I was like, I was like, you got so lucky. Like,
Dude, I got super fucking lucky. It
Yeah,
was
I was like, that was cool.
it was
But yeah,
good.
it was just cool to see him back. And then they had their turners on the tables, and
Yeah.
talked about just typical talked about Kennywood and everything else. Like
Yeah,
it's good.
it was
It
good.
was
If you haven't watched it, and if you're from Pittsburgh, like it was really cool to see them at training camp.
yeah,
But I
yeah.
mean, the
That was
worst part
cool.
about Super Bowl 45, I'm still gonna go on record. Fuck you, Schmilly. With, with giving us that skull splitter beer, and man, that fucking name of that beer lives up to the damn hype. Because the next
It
day,
does.
man, my head hurt so fucking bad. My
Yeah,
skull was split. So fuck you.
yeah. That was some strong shit.
That really was. But
Yeah,
you
but
were
yeah,
go ahead.
that was a good one.
But yeah, you were talking about Patton, and I was doing like research as to why he wasn't in part of WWE like for the moment. I watched that because I knew he was gassed and whatnot. But
Yeah, he he made that announcement like a month ago. I guess when people started realizing, like, because there's been times where he'll miss a Raw or so, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
he's got other obligations or whatnot. But it was like becoming consistent, and then he missed like a pay-per-view, and then he missed the Saturday night main event, and it was like I think some people started like questioning it, like where's Pat? Like, did he get fired or he quit? And it was just like, yeah, he finally came out and was like, I have too much going on
yeah.
in my
Pro
life.
College
Like,
Game Day is going to be right around the corner. Literally right around the corner.
yeah, 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah, pretty much. And
So
he's in that WWE Unreal a lot.
yeah, and he talked about that because you said something. It was last night or yesterday at some point. You were like, "Hey, did you check out the Unreal?" And I said, "No, not yet." And I knew that they were working on it, but I didn't hear any details of like when it was coming out or anything like that. To be honest, I kind of forgot about it.
Right.
And then Pat and them brought it up on their show that same day that you messaged me, and I was like, yeah, like because they were talking about it because Pat at that point hadn't watched it yet, and he actually said that when Netflix came to them and they were going to do it, Pat said that he didn't want to be mic'd up at first. He told them no because he said that he didn't feel that it was right that the fans get to see behind the curtain
Right.
because he felt that it would ruin the nostalgia for the lifers.
Uh,
Like,
I wouldn't say it does all that. It's like for us like long wrestling fans. So if anybody hasn't yet, WWE Unreal is a 5-part docu-series on Netflix that just pulls the curtain back into the world of sports entertainment slash wrestling. So what it does is they tell you how like they kind of, and it's not just with like any particular superstar. It's like they give you a whole bunch of people. Then they tell you like the name of the wrestler, what their wrestling name is, what their government name is. Like it's a docu series. Like it's really good and really well put together. They tell you like what happens in like the gorilla position. Like Eric, you and I know what happens in a gorilla position, but
mm.
like they gave it a more broke down process of who all is in gorilla position and why they're there. And
Yeah,
then
that's what
they
Pat was saying today because he finally, I guess, did watch. I don't know if all of it or some of it, and that's what he said. He goes, I'm okay with it now.
yeah,
Obviously, like you said, he did agree to do it, but like after this was his first time watching back what was filmed, and that's what he said. He goes, for the casual fan or the new fans that don't completely maybe understand wrestling yet, he was like, this, you'll learn that it's not just a bunch of rednecks throwing each other around the ring. Like there's so much
right.
production and shit that has to go into making a show.
Plus I think in a way it took away that, oh, wrestling's fake. Okay, no, it's not. Yes, it's predetermined. And now we're showing you how that ball gets there. Like how
Yeah.
that why they do what they do and why it is the spectacle of what it is now.
But then it's also too like I thought it was funny. Like the only clip that I saw from again, it was just randomly on Twitter. I came across it and I was like, oh, let me watch the clip. Like I was like, okay, again, it's not going to be a spoiler. I was like, let me check out this clip just to see what this is really about. And it was the clip with um Punk, one of the Viking Raiders or the Raiders, the War
When they're
Raiders.
talking to Charlotte,
Yeah, and they were like, "Did you ever shit your pants?" I was like,
they
"What?"
did. They asked her like, "Have you ever shit your pants in the ring?" And she's like, "No." And if I
She was
did,
like,
I'm not fucking telling you.
she goes, "But I did pee once."
She's like, "Yeah." She's like, "But I have peed once." And then like she breaks down like as to what happened that made her like body like naturally
Her
had
bladder
pills.
kind of like gave loose after she got
Yeah,
body slammed. Like her body went into like a relaxed state, and
yeah.
she just was like, "I just piddled." She was like, "I didn't fucking."
Yeah, right. And that's when Punk's like, "I'm glad we just made up this word here. Just we're gonna call it, we're gonna piddle. We're just piddling."
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was like, "Okay, this is gonna be good," because it's shit like that. Like yeah, you get to see them kind of out of character,
yes,
just being themselves, just hanging out. You know, what I mean, kind of like you would for a football team or a baseball team or any type of team sport when they're in the locker room or when they're not on the fields playing or whatever. They're just or they're just people hanging out. You know what I mean? Like they're just everyday people hanging out,
yeah,
and then it's like that's the same thing for wrestlers, but nobody thinks that you know it's
right,
everybody thinks that they're in character 24/7 and that's who they are. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
so it's cool to see. That's what
It it's
kind of
nice.
has my interest.
It's nice because like it's produced by Peyton Manning. You find that in
Yeah.
the first episode, and I
Yep.
think he also does like the quarterbacks and receivers and shit for Netflix.
Yeah, it's
So
Omaha. His Omaha Productions.
Omaha Productions. So you watch it again, like for somebody like okay, we'll use Sam. Sam's not a watcher like we are. So
Mm-hmm.
for somebody who doesn't really watch it, and you watch this WWE Unreal, you're gonna get like a first hand look. Be like, oh, I see why my boys get it. Like why the
Mhm.
Yeah.
guys I'm on the like show with like why they get it. Oh well, I see why they do this, or this person gets like a push. Why this is done. Like it is broken down really, really well. Like why how they do the storytelling, why the storytelling does take as long as it does, like
Mm-hmm.
how they're cooking, what they're doing, and how like they have to pivot when, of course, somebody gets injured or something happens.
Like
It's
Seth Rollins, for instance, at this Saturday Night Main
main
Event a
event.
few
Yeah,
weeks ago, he was supposed to win. He was the one that was projected to win that match. He did that little springboard thing off the rope, and when he landed, he blew his knee out.
blows me out.
So they had to the refs, and you even saw the trainers come over, and you do wonder at first, even as a wrestling fan, like you were like, is it a work? Is it real? You have to give it that minute to be able to judge, and you're like, oh no, he's like, you can see it on his face that was real.
Yeah,
You can see that like the ref went over and told who did he fight? LA Knight.
yeah,
She
just to
was
pin
kind of
them.
like she's kind of was like, yeah, just like he's done for, just pin him. And LA Knight's like, well, I wasn't supposed like I don't think I was supposed to win this match. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
And they're just like calling on the fly.
and now it messes up the long term storytelling that Triple H does. Like now
But
it's
they
like
also tell you like how they change it on the fly.
yeah,
Like what's all going on in the ref's ear, like who's all
yeah,
talking to the ref. It's fucking wildly insane. Because
yeah,
like even there is something as like a lifetime like wrestling fan like myself or you. Now like I just thought it was like, hey, it was like Vince or Hunter or maybe even the match producer. No,
yeah.
it's like a lot of fucking people in that fucking person's ear. And you
Mm-hmm.
see them because like they have this little thing on them and they're
The
like
little
click,
hip thing.
click, click.
Mhm.
And I was like, dude, holy shit. I was like, there's a lot of fucking people talking to that ref. And
Yeah,
like,
that's what I don't think people understand that the refs play such an important role. I
yeah,
mean, they're and sometimes they are like just characters and they're just out there for part of the story and yeah, they're refs, but it's like they also are like helping produce and keep the story go and keeping the match and flow and going the way that they need it to go, you know, or
right.
whatever.
And then they go and they help the wrestlers with time, the spots, what's supposed to go on here, there,
Yeah,
etc. And I was like, man, this shit was actually really good. And it takes place from like right before they debut on Netflix
yeah,
to WrestleMania
yeah,
41. And they even like it's not a spoiler because if you're a wrestling fan by now or at least have checked it out, they discuss John Cena becoming a bad guy.
yeah. I heard that that was part of it.
That was pretty cool, like how they kept that so tight.
Yeah,
It's
because I heard that there's even like a clip that Trips was talking to Cole, and Cole was like, "Bro, I didn't even fucking know." Like they kept there
yeah,
was so limited circle that knew that heel switch was coming.
yeah, and you'll find out like who's all in the call if you watch the show. Like it's
Yeah.
fucking pretty cool, man. So I was like, I highly recommend it, especially if you're like a wrestling fan or a person that likes like docu series. Just to find
Yeah,
out more about story.
I like the Unreal series, like their different series, because they had like because at first they did a bunch of the college
Yeah,
stories. Like there was the Florida Gators one, and there was
that was good.
what was his name? Johnny
Yeah,
Manziel story. Like those are good. I like those. Um, so yeah, I was gonna once I heard it was out, I was like, oh shit, and it's on my list of that and Happy Gilmore 2 and
yeah, I
whatever.
saw that this weekend too. So
I got so much shit to watch. I did go see Fantastic Four.
yeah, yeah, I was actually gonna say like, you got a review on that?
Yeah, I won't care. This one won't go as long as Superman.
Let's do that. Good. Go ahead.
Again, no spoilers. But if you didn't see it and you don't want to hear anything, I gotta say, this is your time. Mute some shit.
Scoot the
Um,
fuck over here. We'll be back in like 10, 15.
yeah. It was good. I was telling because it was me, Donna, and Jane and Jean, and I was telling them on the ride home, like this was the best version. This is what the third or fourth version.
I believe it's the third.
Third, yeah. This is definitely the best version. Um, I like for one that they took it back to like the 50s, 60s era. That was really cool to see. Just because for one, like I'm a kind of a fan of that era. So that was really cool to see. Um, and just like this is where I told them like it reminded me of the Superman was they told their story from a different perspective. Anytime the Fantastic Four story gets told, it's always all right. We're gonna start with they go up to space, they get into a cosmic storm, they crash, and they get special powers. They come back to Earth, and they're learning to deal with the changes in their bodies, and they become superheroes, and da da da. No, we're past that. They already have their powers. They know how to use them. They're a team. They are the Fantastic Four. The world knows who they are. They are saving the planet. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
where they do like a little bit of a flashback at the beginning, like not right at the beginning, but within the first 20 minutes, maybe. They do give you like a little uh re Richards like he kind of recaps, you know, that there's, astronauts and,
Yeah.
gives a
Yeah.
brief, just for people that maybe don't know or forgot, whatever.
Who the
Just a
Fantastic Four
little
actually
refresh,
are.
just a little
Yeah.
refresh. Um, but so this was told from a different perspective. And this is also the first, again, this is not a spoiler because it's in the trailers. This is the first version that Sue Storm has the baby.
Yeah.
None of the other versions does she have the baby because, for one, they only got one movie and they suck so bad that they never did a sequel, which maybe in the sequel she would have had the baby, but
Well,
they
they
never
did
got that
two in
far.
the original, like the original one,
Yeah, that's true. Like, but it was
because
just
like,
like
but
this
they didn't
one was
really
such.
touch on it at all.
No, this was such again a different point of view, and she has the baby, which again, if you're a comic book fan, kind of knows that their kid plays a big part in the superhero world.
Yeah.
So it's like, yes, we're finally getting that story told, and it was really interesting the way they did it. And the only problem I had, so the story was really good. The way that they, again, told it from a different angle, and again, the world knows who they are, and um, they did tie in. Well, they made it a point to emphasize that they're on planet 828, which, as you know, like they've been spinning this whole multiverse with different
Multiverse.
worlds. So you're like, okay, that's how they're bringing them in, that we haven't seen them in some of the other stories.
Right.
So it's like, okay, they're part of the. In how can I say this? Multiverse time jump kind of plays a part in this movie.
Yeah.
So again, you're like, okay, this is how they're going to be able to tie them into maybe a Spider-Man movie or a whatever. You know what I mean? They'll be able to
Or like
tie
the
them in
Avengers
later.
ones going forward.
Yes. So I was like, okay, again, checking off boxes, closing doors, making sure everything merges, and it's great. The only problem I had, and I was, again, because I raved so much about how well done that Superman movie was. The cinematics were so good.
You did.
And Marvel does a great job. Great job with their stuff. Even their TV, like the Disney Plus series, is sometimes you're just watching a Disney Plus series, but I feel like that's high quality movie shit right there.
Yeah.
This movie, bro, there was at least, I could count on my hand, 4 or 5 different times that I was like, did they fucking miss editing? Like, did they skip the editing process when they made this movie? Because there's a point where uh, Human Torch and Thing are walking like through Manhattan, and it's obviously real Manhattan. Like, they didn't use green screen. It was like they were really, in Manhattan, and they're walking along. But obviously, Thing is CGI'd. But the CGI was so bad that he looked like a fucking cartoon, and like almost like a Looney Tune, like a Space Jams. And I'm like, but 2 seconds ago when they were at Fantastic Four Tower, he looked real as shit. But then all of a sudden he's walking outside and he looks fucking fake as hell. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And then there's a point where the baby, the baby's born, and they're doing baby, like Mr. Fantastic's passing the baby over to Sue Storm, and it wasn't even a real baby. It was a CG. Like, I raved that fucking crypto dog in Superman was so real, but we
Right.
can't get a fucking real baby in this fucking movie. Like, again, there were points where you're like, oh, that's a real baby, but like, I get that they couldn't use a real baby in the moment that I'm talking about, but it was like, that was like the worst fucking CGI I've ever seen. Like, I'm like, that is so horrible. Like, I've seen better things in TV shows where they use like fake baby dolls that looked real compared to
Yeah.
this.
Right.
And I'm like, get your shit together, Marvel. Like, fuck. Like, this was supposed to be one of your big blockbusters for the
Yeah.
summer. And again, it was, the story was good for the most part. The rest of the movie was, the graphics were good, but it was like, come on. Like, I'm like, what the and there was a point where Mr. Fantastic's doing his like stretchy arm thing, like he's kind of like swinging through the buildings, like kind of like a Spider-Man type move. And I'm like, why the fuck does it look like they just took a rubber band and just were shooting it across the screen? Like, what the fuck is this? I'm
That
like, this
makes me
is
want to watch it
so
more because I love when a movie's bad but good.
this is so bad. Like, yeah, like I said, like with Superman, you're like, oh, like I said, I felt like I was really fucking flying with Superman at some point, I'm like,
Right.
the dog felt real, like it was a real dog. No, it was CGI the whole movie. And I'm like, but we can't get a fucking baby right. Like, I don't get it.
Apparently not.
So the movie was good. They obviously, again, no spoiler. The way the movie ends is right before the credits start rolling. This big banner comes across the screen and it says, "Don't worry, you will see the Fantastic Four in the next Avengers movie."
Uh,
I'm like, well, thanks for telling. Like,
yeah. Like
okay. Like, I kind of know that they're a big part of that. Like,
no, but maybe because of the history with the Fantastic
yeah,
Four. people are just like, that movie was cool, but
Probably never gonna see him again.
I mean, by the time the Secret War and all that shit comes out, it'll be a whole different Fantastic Four, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, yeah, and all the act like the people they got to play, like what's his name, Pedro.
Pedro
Uh,
Pascal.
yeah, like he did a really good. Like everybody was really good because I think that's another reason they did like the mini flashback at the beginning because you got to see the actor that plays Ben Grimm, the Thing. Like they wanted to show him as a human form just so you could see because it was him that played the voice. So I guess they wanted to tie it together. So you're like, oh, I can put a face to that voice, you know.
Yeah.
So, but everybody did a great job. Like the dude that plays Johnny, he definitely had that the typical swagger. Like I'm cool. Like because the again in the trailers you see that's a female Silver Surfer,
Yes.
and he there was like a big fight scene thing going on, and Ben was like, Johnny, take her down. He goes, the one fucking time I find a hot, sexy alien and they want me to kill her. And then
Yeah.
Mr. Fantastic was like, I don't give a shit if you think she's sexy. Just shoot her. Like,
Yeah.
he's like,
That
we don't got
whole,
time for you and your hot boy shit. Like, I was like, oh, okay. I see where this is going. Like, so
that's
it was
great.
good. Like, it's definitely worth seeing. I think Superman, like people were, like July was the summer of superhero movies being released.
Mhm.
I think Superman definitely, and again, I'm not trying to be like a homer
Bias.
here. Yeah, but like, because I was really excited to see this Fantastic Four because again, we've had so many bad versions. So I did go in with like, all right, I don't want to get too hyped because if it sucks, like, but I'm like, again, like the cast and the people, it was really good. And then like, having Galactic in it, like, because that's another character that you generally don't see in like the live action Marvel world. So
There's really no way to do Galactus though.
this
So
was
this
really
will be
good.
fun.
And then the way they see like he was really like I'm like I got his CGI fucking perfect. Like he looked real like that
Maybe
was
they
the way it was.
wasted it all on him and they were like, hey, use a rubber band for fucking Mr. Fantastic's arm.
And even Johnny, like even Human Torch, I was like he was good. There were no bad parts with him. And then the silver. That's another thing too is you do for people that don't know. Like Donna was like I learned some shit there. Like they give you backstory of the girl Silver Surfer, and I'm like I knew what her story was, but again, for people that don't know too much about her character,
Yeah.
Mhm.
they give you a little 5 minute, hey, this is what happened to her and why
Little
she is what
nugget.
she. Yeah, and I'm like, that was cool. Like that was cool to see. So this was definitely a setup movie, telling a bigger story, putting little
Yes.
crumbs out there so that they could build later. Um, and it was interesting. And then there's two end credit scenes. The first end credit scene was definitely like,
Spoilers.
no, I'm not gonna say it, but it was like, okay, that I was expecting that. Like, okay, that's, and then I knew that there was a second one. So the second one wasn't until the very last credit rolled. But I'm like, holy shit, finally. And then you watch it and you're like, what? I could have fucking left. Like, what? Because okay, this isn't a spoiler. The last, because you don't stay for it. Or if you're watching it or whatever, don't worry about missing it.
Warning, now you do not have to stay.
All they did was show a little clip of the old Fantastic Four cartoon.
That's it?
That was the end credit. Like
Man.
they made it look like it was on an old 50s TV
Unreal.
console, and then they played it, and then they did the old theme song and everything because they do again because it's in the trailer where they're like they wanted Thing to do the it's clobbering time, and he was like that was only in the cartoon. So they do again like kind of sprinkle a little bit of the cartoon like
Yeah.
jokes or whatever in the movie. So I guess they felt they needed to play the thing at the end. I was like, for what? Like
Right.
I told Donna, I was like, I feel like there could have been a bigger part there because something happens that they kind of left undone, unfinished. like, I mean, it was finished, but you're like, that could be more down the road. And I'm like, they could have done a teaser, like, oh, so you think this happened? Well, guess what? Sport, teaser. And I'm like, no, we got a fucking cartoon.
Right.
Even Jane and Jean didn't sit with us; they were sitting like 2 rows behind us or whatever. And they came down afterwards. We met them outside in the lobby, and then Jane was like, "Why did we stay for that second one?" And I was like, "I didn't know what it was. They just said there was two. Like, I didn't know.
Right. Nobody knew there was gonna be a fucking cartoon on.
Like, I got what I needed out of the first end credit scene. We could have walked away after that. Like, sorry."
Right.
So it was good. It's worth seeing. I also recommend, if you're not in a rush to see it, you could wait for it to be on Disney or streaming. Like, um, it it was good. It was good on the big screen, but I don't know. I feel like if I would have waited, if for some strange reason didn't go see it in theaters and I watch it at home, who knows? Maybe by the time it's on Disney Plus, they'll edit it and they'll fix the fucking glitches that were in the movie.
Maybe they'll fix the thing. Maybe he has to
Yeah,
just see some random ass naked man in the middle of Manhattan. Maybe
yeah.
that's what it has to be.
Wait, was there a naked man in the middle? No,
No, but there was a
no.
little lady that fell in a manhole, and they were like, "What the fuck?"
Well, there was a manhole incident. I'm just saying.
Right? Oh my
But
god.
yeah, so it was good for anybody out there that maybe was curious or not sure because of the history of the bad ones. Like, this is definitely the best one, best storytelling, best point of view. I think for me, one of the things that kind of stole the show, like I said, Crypto did in Superman. Herbie, they had Herbie the little robot, like their butler guy.
Yeah.
He, even though he kind of had like an R2D2 feel to him because he doesn't talk, he just makes beepy noises. But even with him just making little beepy noises, you're like, oh, I get what he was getting at there. Like, that was some sarcastic shit he just pulled. Like,
He just called that man a motherfucker. That's what he did.
yeah, like it was like he was kind of funny. Like, I was like, he had some moments, but it was good. Um, like I said, we'll see what happens. I think we got a little downtime before the next Marvel movie, so we'll see.
Well, I was like, if there's any more movies or whatever, if you go see them, I'm gonna put it up here and have you review them. I don't have any to report, and I don't have Xander, so Xander can't.
Yeah, I didn't get Xander's take on Fantastic Four.
Xander can't give me a take, but I know it's gonna be like it was a nightmare. He's
Yeah,
like, maybe we saw the thing, and he was like,
yeah,
it's a
he
fucking
might have.
nightmare. It was a nightmare,
Dad,
Dad.
the graphics were horrible. Like, I do better graphics on my
Right? He's
fucking.
like, dude, I'm telling you, there was a rubber band.
Yeah,
Like, come on.
yeah. No, that's what even Donna was like. All right, so what are we seeing next? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I wanted to see the superhero stuff, but there's nothing. The only thing that the one trailer that we've seen it now twice with both movies. I don't know if you've ever seen the it's what the hell? It's Now You Can See Me. It's
Oh,
with
now you
Woody.
see me 3.
Yeah, with the magic heist people.
Yeah.
That looks really good. Like, that looks interesting. But they gave this twice now. We've seen the trailer, full blown trailer, and at the end it just says coming soon. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah. I think because I don't know when it is, because I know David Franco's. I'm actually going to try to watch that this week. He has that movie out with
that
him
whole
and that together.
yeah, his wife.
Yeah, him and Allison Brie. Yeah.
Yeah, is
Yeah,
that the one where they like fuse together?
Yes.
Yes.
yeah.
My sister wants me to go see that with her, and she already showed me the previews, and I'm like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Oh, we did get a new trailer, and even Gene was like, "I want to see that." And I don't remember when it comes out now. There's
It's either August or September.
no, not that movie.
Oh.
There's a new Predator. It's called The First Hunt, and it's a prequel to the whole thing. Like, 'cause they did that TV series The Prey,
Yeah,
which was supposed to be kind of like a sequel.
correct.
This is even before that.
Hmm.
It's before he even comes down to Earth. Like, it's him on a planet of like predators, and he faces off. So it's about this one specific predator character, and he doesn't have the mask or nothing. It's just the jaw, like it's just him,
Yeah.
and he faces off against which I think might be the Predator that we know with the full mask and everything. And then there's a girl in this one. She's like, I was like, oh, she's like an astronaut. Like that's cool. And they just like show her like laying in bed doing like a little vlog, like day whatever up in space station or
Yeah.
whatnot. And then she wakes up and she's on the planet with the Predator, and he goes to kill her, like to do his thing. And she's like, whoa, 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 whoa. She's like, I can actually help you. And he looks and he goes, you can help me? And he picks her up by the back of her like shirt. Dude, she has no leg, like from her waist down's been gone, like it's been eaten by a predator. So like her spine's hanging there, and he just straps her to his back and carries her around like a backpack.
That's fucking hard, bro.
And she's just like now his buddy, and she helps him out. I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? Like he's fighting these giant like dinosaur predators. Like it looks really interesting and really cool. Like growing up watching the originals,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like that trailer was cool. And then we saw it twice. They're fucking Wicked 2 already.
Yeah, that was coming for sure.
Because as I told the girls, I think they filmed that all when they filmed the first one. I think they just filmed the whole thing and broke it up.
Yeah. That's all it is too, because if you go see the Broadway show, it's the same way. It's in 2 parts.
Yeah, and because the guy wrote it in 2 books, and he's
Yeah.
actually currently writing the third book, which then I don't know if they're going to do that as a musical at first, but it'll definitely be another movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I got some other things I saw, like I'll probably be watching the new season of Wednesday next week.
Mm-hmm.
That's my kid's thing.
Yeah, and then like I saw the trailer for Mortal Kombat 2, which I loved.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah, right. But I was like, oh look, Wednesday's coming out next week, and I was like, yep, yeah, I'll be binge watching that shit for sure.
I I think I missed an episode tonight. The new South Park season's out.
Oh my
They
god,
are
did you
out.
guys see that new episode though?
The Donald Trump episode. I'm like, he's getting them
Yes.
canceled. He's getting them fucking canceled. Like,
I mean, if you ever
how
remember
did
Stephen
they get
Colbert,
away with that? Like, that was so crazy.
because it's
So
South
good though.
Park, they can do what the fuck they want to do.
I'm like, oh my god! But then you said like next week. Next week is the premiere of the new King of the Hill, and I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
on
that was
Hulu.
my shit. Like, I want to watch that too. As I said, I got like you. I got like a list of things that I like. You mentioned that quarterback series on Netflix. Like, I started watching it. I got 2 episodes in, and I haven't finished. I'm like, fuck! I still got how much of that to watch?
Yeah, I was like, there's a new season of that. There's a lot of. We'll have to do like a media day. We'll have to cover a whole bunch of shit
And
for
then the
sure.
training camp show will be coming out on Max.
Yep, it'll be Hard Knocks time and all that. Yeah,
And then at the end of the month is Peacemaker season 2.
yeah. Like here we go.
I'm
Next thing you
like,
know, we'll blink and it'll be spooky season.
no,
Oh, I
don't.
can't wait for spooky season.
I'm fucking already ready for spooky
Fuck you
season.
guys and your spooky season
Because like
shit.
there's like the horror movies that are about to come out. There's a Hellraiser about to come out again. And I'm like, yeah, I'm on it.
Yeah, what was that? I saw like they're really doing another one?
Yeah, I guess they've like Hulu did like I don't know if it was a TV show slash movie, but I don't know how well it did. I mean, it was okay. I enjoyed it, but then like I saw that there's a movie, and I was like, shut the fuck up.
You know, we
Everybody
need to
go
get we need to get
goddamn Pinhead.
we need to get Tim on. He'll tell us all about
There's always time for Tim. Come back this Halloween, bro.
it.
You watch the show. Come on, Tim. Don't fuck around. Let's go.
Hey, check out Dark Side Collectibles out there.
That's right. Dark Side Collectibles. Shout out Dark Side Collectibles.
Like I don't mind spooky season. I don't hate it. The only thing I hate, like you guys are mentioning, like, oh, it's around the corner, which then means fall's around the corner, which then we get the fucking it's bonfire, hot chai tea, pumpkin spice latte season. And then next thing you know, they're gonna be like, oh, it's Christmas season. No, the fuck it's not. It's only September. Come on, fuckers. Like, let's not.
I mean,
That's all right. In New York, some stores, some of the grocery stores already got Halloween candy out. So
I was just gonna say, like, our Giant Eagles here in PA already have the fucking pumpkin spice Cheerios out, the Halloween candy. Yo, yeah. If they ain't pushing the fucking
It's not
spooky
even
season,
fucking August.
I know.
It's still
I know.
105 outside, motherfuckers. Let's calm down on the pumpkin spice.
Right. It didn't even cool down for a grip. Like,
Yeah,
No.
Donna,
it,
we were at Walmart over the week, or whatever, a couple days ago, and she's like, "Oh, I need to get creamer for my coffee." I'm like, "Okay." And she goes, "Oh, I already got the pie." I was like, "Don't, you're not buying it yet. It's too early.
shut her
Get your
down. It's
fucking
fucking
caramel
end of
vanilla shit
July.
for now. Like that shit's banned until like November.
Right. Meanwhile, she can have it in September, October. He's like, November. Now I put restrictions.
That's pumpkin season. Hey, November's pumpkin month. Like you get your pumpkin pies, you get your
Mhm.
spices, you get your baked goods, whatever.
And at the same time, Sam will probably go home for one of the holidays, and her dad will still be working on that television.
He would.
She'll walk in and be like, Dad, what the fuck?
It's like
I always got it. I always got it. It's always fixed.
all the pieces are in that bag you left.
Yeah, right? I used that bag. I reached out to your friend Paul's dad. He said, use that bag.
Bring back my hamper and the green towel.
Right? Hey, you brought that towel, right? You brought that towel? All right. I need it. I got to put all the pieces to the fucking TV on it. All right. Jesus.
Gotta
But,
wipe them down.
right? So before we wrap up, I'm going to sit here and thank everybody for 100 episodes. Of course, you two. Thank you two very much for all this. Eric for getting us on here, doing us on the StreamYard here. Um, whoever thought we'd have a fucking YouTube account is mind blowing. To have this started from in a room in my dad's house. So I guess in some way dad's okay. That worked out for some reason. You know what I mean? So for it to start in my room at my dad's house, thank you, COVID, in a way for a blessing. It was something to do. Now manifesting into when I had Samantha here when we risked each other's lives to shoot this fucking podcast in the dining room. And then unfortunately, I lose the account information and can't figure out what the fuck is happening. And I tried forever to get into it. And then just one day I was like, let me just ta-da, see, look there, it's ta-da. And then it just steamrolled into it. And then finding out that we can not be around each other and we can talk, that was cool. And then of course Eric introducing us to like being on video. Now we're on video. Now we have a YouTube channel. We have a fucking TikTok account. I never thought we'd have a TikTok account, but that thing's blowing up. We've had multiple guests on. Shout out to everybody that's ever been on this show. Um, it's been a true like it's been just nothing but positivity. It's been great. It's been tedious at times because like you have to try to maintain schedules, keep it under a certain time, but it's been all worth it. So thank you all for watching and listening for so long, even when it was in the beginning and it sounded like trash and it was just me and a fucking headphone microphone. And hey, you got to start somewhere, right? But thank you all for making all this possible. We I hope y'all like the new intro. That's going to be the intro from now on. Shout out to Eric for making the new intro. um, that's it. We're just modernizing the show a little bit. I listened to more structure. We're gonna do a more structured show. And with that being said, like all I can do for real is thank y'all just for everything. Keep listening to us. Keep watching us. I don't care where, because apparently on audio we're all over the fucking globe now, which is fucking crazy. And I don't care if it's like you scammers or whatever, whatever. Sell that shit on the fucking internet. Keep this shit going. All right. I don't give a fuck. Like keep it going. All right. Just don't take three of our fucking account information or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah. You ain't getting nothing from me like I'm Eric in a fucking car dealership. You ain't getting nothing. You ain't getting nothing out of me.
But
But
I walk out with a new fucking car though.
you did. You did. I just don't want them stealing our information and then all of a sudden somebody takes your new fucking car. They're like,
Yeah.
hey, but some guy in fucking Uruguay wants it. Well, he says he's Eric Roskinski. The fuck he is. There's me. Well, he listens to your show. The fuck he does. Give him a fucking car. But no, seriously, thank you everybody. Make sure you click on the follow, you tell people about us, you subscribe to the channel. You like our shit, please comment. I love the comments. I love how the comments are all diverse, all over the place. I have so many fucking questions and comments that I could probably do another question thing for like 3 or 4 more times. And I can also include my co-host along with me. So again, for myself, for Eric, for Samantha, for everybody out there, I thank you all again, and I hope y'all enjoy the 100th episode of the Czo Thoughts podcast. We will talk to y'all next week. Bye.